Welcome to the Office of the State Fire Marshal Govmotus tutorial video. We hope this short video will help you apply and obtain your first license. Please complete this process on a computer, not a mobile device. You will need to have pop-ups enabled and the ability to print, for you will have to sign and return documents to the Office of the State Fire Marshal. From the Office of the State Fire Marshal homepage, select the Govmotus link and come to the Govmotus page. Here on the bottom right, you'll notice there's a link for Govmotus login. Now, you'll need to register your first time and create a Govmotus account. To do this, simply click on the register button, and we'll lead you to a page to enter information. Now remember, this license is for a person, so you want to make sure you're entering information that is to you, not to a company. Utilize a personal email account. This email account will be your username, and it's very important you remain consistent with this email throughout this entire process so that you do not forget your login and the license is attached to the appropriate person. Utilize your mobile phone number. That is, again, your personal phone number. Password has some restrictions that are listed in the box below. You want to make sure that it's secure, so these are the restrictions that you must follow in order for that cell to turn green. Now, as we continue down, you want to utilize your home address because this is where we're going to be sending your license. For me, I'm simply entering the address here at OSFM, but make sure again you're utilizing your home address, not a business address. Now, sometimes a security device called the CAPTCHA down here will ask you to certify that you are not a robot utilizing some other tool. So this one asks for some pictures to identify a storefront. Now, once that's all completed, you'll be able to click the Submit button. And that's it. So once you have applied for registration for an account, this information will be sent to the Office of the State Fire Marshal, and your account will need to be verified. Once it is verified, you'll receive an email. In that email that you provided and a link. Utilize that link to come back to the Office of the State Fire Marshal Govmotus page, and you'll re-log in. Now, once we've received email confirmation and we're logging into Govmotus for our first time, we'll utilize that consistent email address we've been speaking of, and we'll input the password and we'll click Login. This is going to take us to our Govmotus dashboard or home page, as we refer to it. This will have existing licenses on it. Since this is my first time and have none, I'm going to apply for a new license here. We're going to go ahead and choose the program for which the license is from. Currently, we're allowing automatic extinguishing systems. This will build out as time goes on and we work to grow within Govmotus. So we're speaking to AES extinguishing licenses. We'll select the category. We're going to go ahead and do a sprinkler fitter today, down here at the bottom. And we'll have to select the type, sprinkler fitter, apprentice, or trainee. And we're going to create license. So we're going to again have many fields in red that pop up. We're going to make sure all those fields turn to green before we can click the Submit button at the bottom. We're going to stay consistent with the same application that we produced our account with. Date of birth should be date of birth. I'm just utilizing May 1st, 2019 today. Now, the physical address should be a mailing address that you can receive your license at. I'm just utilizing the Office of the State Fire Marshal address here today. And we'll just make sure we're in the United States of America. So the mailing address is the same as my physical address in this case, so I'm going to click on this button and that set of fields is going to disappear. Otherwise, I would fill out all those boxes appropriately. You'll need your driver's license number. Just make an arbitrary one here so we can make sure that box turns to green. The contact preference, we recommend to be both. That way we can have two forms of contact for you. Again, this email needs to be consistent with the one you've been utilizing for your license. So again, we strongly recommend you're utilizing an email that is a personal email, not a business one. Your cell phone number is highly recommended as well. That way we can utilize that as a contact, and you'll actually get a text message when your license status changes or whatnot. And as we scroll down, we're going to input our company we're currently associated with. So we'll select existing company. Now, as you can imagine, there are many companies in our database. There is a search feature up here on the top left to search out your company. I'm just going to choose the first one. And as you can see, it automatically filled out the four different boxes for us. So we'll scroll down to physical information. This is a physical description of you. It should match what's on your driver's license. All the fields in red need to have some sort of value. So I am 6 feet tall, so I'm going to put a 0 in for inches. And if you have no disabilities, as we get down here, we'll just input none. I have not taken this test within 15 days, so I'll mark that as no. And then we need to upload an ID badge. So this needs to be a headshot with no hat or sunglasses where your face is clearly visible. So once that is all complete, the submit button becomes available, and I'll go ahead and click submit. Now, Govmotus sometimes takes an extended period of time to say loading. Please be patient with it. It will take some time, and it will populate 2 documents that will pop up outside your screen. These 2 documents are signature pages. Now, one of them is a regular wet signature from you. The second page is a notary page and needs to be taken to a notary of the public and signed and stamped by them, also signed in their presence. So do not sign that document until you get to see them and follow their instructions to complete that appropriately. So once we've printed out those 2 pages, we can go ahead and close out that page, and we'll be back on our home page. Now we have an application in process. You'll see under status that we have a new application. Now, during this time, the license application will be reviewed by the Office of the State Fire Marshal, and you will receive an email and/or text message via your phone contact information preference onto when that status changes. Now that our license application has been accepted, we go ahead and log back into our Govmotus account, utilizing that consistent personal email, and we're going to make a payment. So you'll notice once the home page loads, you will see that the status has changed on your license to accepted. Now, as you acquire more licenses, you want to make sure that you are making changes to the appropriate license. So we'll click on our application number here. And we're going to need to scroll down on the left side here to make payment. What this is going to allow us to do is it's going to prompt us for a payment voucher that we will need to download and print as well. So currently, this system, we're only allowing pay by mail or pay in person. In the future, that could expand to credit cards or debit cards. So currently, we select that one. We follow the directions listed here. Checks and money orders only, please. Made out to CAL FIRE OSFM. If you're mailing it, there's the mailing address, and we'll click on Proceed. This is where we'll need to click to download the payment notice. Now, the payment notice is a document that has all of your information, including your application number, and you're going to want to attach your check to this, as well as writing that license application number on your form of payment should they become detached. Now, you're going to want to print this, obviously. We're not going to do that today. We'll carry on through. And we'll go back to our license. Once your payment is received and processed, please expect 4 to 6 weeks after your check has been cashed to receive your license in the mail. Govmotus is designed to handle many different license types across a large number of programs. We appreciate your flexibility as we grow together to create a more user-friendly experience.